Hey, yo, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Y'all heard that theme music, man. You see these beautiful faces. You know it's the Let's Get Canceled podcast. I'm your boy, Big Tech Dog, your favorite friendly, lovable loudmouth.
And I'm Thommy with an H. I'm the voice of the people. I speak for y'all. Hey, yo, cousin.
What up, cousin?
You ready?
Oh, I'm ready. Let's get canceled.
Am I muted still?
No, sir. You are not. You are live and indirect.
All right, good. Because tonight,
yeah,
I got a bone to pick with Forbes.
You too?
You got a bone to pick with Forbes. So we expected to do something completely different this evening, but we saw a list that came out, and we figured we had to make a pivot and do something for real to make ourselves feel better. So we're gonna get into that in a little bit, but this weekend coming up, because
yes, sir,
we have the championship games for the NCAA football, and we need to make some picks. Put my time up there. Put my time up there.
We're gonna put the time up there. Here you go, sir. Bang, 5 minutes. Let's get it.
Now, first, I want to start off by saying Florida State got them a new offensive and defensive coordinator this week. So we already eulogized them week 1 of the season. Today is National Signing Day. They did come up with a decent class, but they got an offensive coordinator coming in from UCF from down there in Orlando.
Yes, sir.
Gus Malzahn's coming over to Florida State, former coach at Auburn. So Florida State should be ready to have a bounce back year next year, even though a 2-10 season is unacceptable and it would have gotten any other coach fired. But I'm gonna leave that right there, because
yes, sir.
Let's get started, because we only got 5 minutes.
Yes,
so
sir.
The Big 12 championship game. Big 12 championship game has Iowa State versus Arizona State. I'm gonna go with Arizona State only because Kenny Dillingham was an offensive coordinator for Florida State under Mike Norvell when he first got there. He ended up leaving after a year, taking the offensive coordinator job at Oregon, and then when he got the head coaching job at Arizona State. So I'm going to ride with Arizona State and the fighting Kenny Dillinghams.
I find that very interesting that you're going with the new guy. I mean, not new guy, but the new guy.
He's the new guy. He's definitely the new guy. Definitely the new guy.
That's weird. I'm gonna ride with you on that. And the reason I'm gonna ride with you on that is not just because you beat me all the last time we were picking. Like, it's ridiculous. But I'm gonna ride with you on that one because I got a good feeling about that one. I'm with you.
All right.
Arizona State.
Right.
Yes, sir.
All right. So next we're gonna go with the SEC championship game.
Yes,
4 o'clock on ABC. You got Georgia versus Texas. Now, the last time these two played, Georgia dog stomped Texas.
Well, you know what? I'm going with Georgia anyway, just because our homeboy, the edutainer, he is a giant Bulldogs fan.
He's a Bulldog junkie, and oftentimes I do not go with the team that won the initial meeting, because you get an opportunity for some get back,
right,
and your team stands in and does something different. However, the season that Texas has had it's been pretty good. It's been pretty great, actually. But that loss in Texas to Georgia still sits and stings. So I don't think I can ever go against what Georgia is doing right now. Even though Georgia did take an L to, I think, Ole Miss, and they took an L to Alabama, I still don't think that Texas has what it takes to come in and take what Georgia has done, because Georgia's been building this up for quite some time now. So I'm going to go ahead and take Georgia as well.
So we 2 for 2.
We 2 for 2. We're on the same side. Now,
okay, for now.
The Big 10 championship game. You got Penn State versus Oregon.
Hold on. Now, last time we were choosing, right? I said the Nittany Lions.
Yep.
When I was going through, I was just picking based on names.
Right.
And this time, it's not much different. Here's the problem, though. I like ducks. I like, but from what I understand, because again, I'm not gonna sit up here in front like, oh, I'm this great. Nope. But from what I understand, Oregon has a very strong team this season.
They do.
They are looking really good. So if I'm a betting man, I'm putting my money with Oregon.
I'm gonna go against the grain on this one. I'm going with the Nittany Lions. I'm going with Penn State on this, and it's only because I like their head coach. I like the brother. I like him.
I have learned that you are a coach junkie.
Like I am.
If you'll believe if the coach is good, you'll believe. Forget the talent on the team. It's about the coach and their ability to kind of mold that talent.
Hey, that's what Coach Prime had to do this year. Coach Prime had to go and get some subpar 3 stars and make them great. So I'm going to go with Penn State on this one. So that's the one that we have different. And then lastly, because we're only going to do the Power 4, we've got Clemson versus SMU. This is SMU's first year in the ACC, and they made it to the championship game. Guess who's been in the ACC for 20 years and hasn't made it to the championship game?
Who are you? So
the Miami Hurricanes. Oh boy! Now, now it's kind of hurting me a little bit because I think Miami is going through what Florida State went through last year. If you remember, last year Florida State was 13-0, heading into the playoffs and did not get a bid. Well, Miami right now is 10-2, and they seem to be on the outside looking in. Now, if Clemson wins, that means Clemson gets an automatic bid to into the playoff as the conference champion. SMU, they are 10-2 also. So as a conference runner-up, they'd end up being 10-3 at that point, though. So does that kick Miami into the position and kick SMU out? So the only thing I'm looking for is SMU to get the win. And actually, I don't care who wins. I'm going to go ahead and pick Clemson because you can't just come into our conference and just start and win it in your first year.
Right.
Last team to do that has been Florida State when they came into the ACC and started dominating. I can't have SMU come in here and be twin. Like, they can't be looking at us pointing and saying, "Hey, I'm just like you." So I'm gonna go with Clemson just because.
I'm going SMU. I'm going SMU for the Cinderella story. For that reason. The exact reason why you don't want them to win is the exact reason why I do. Because I vote, I ride with the people who come in, put the work in, and
put
make
their
it
flag
to the top.
down.
Right, I'm with them. So yeah, SMU, I'm with you. So
but how bad would that be for Miami for you being here for 20 years and then you got a team that came in year 1 and they do what you can't do?
Well, one thing that you and I have in common, you're a Seminole, I'm a Gator. We go at each other a whole lot. However, both of us don't like them Hurricanes. So it's not big of a deal. I'm with you. So yeah, but I'm still fighting for. I think SMU's gonna pull it out.
All right, so we've got our picks in. We will revisit this next week, Wednesday, and find out which of us came out on top. But
true. We only differed on like what 2, 3
on the last 2. So we got 2 the same. So there's a chance that we come out even, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be a clean sweep on my end per usual. You know how it goes down. You know how it goes down.
If I win, it's amazing. If I lose, so what, nigga? Don't nobody care.
Dude, that's such a Gator thing to say. Oh,
hey, whatever.
Yeah, man.
That.
All right, so we've done the quick hitter for the night.
Let's get down to business. Let's get down
to business.
So let me give y'all a little lead in on this. All right. So Thommy with an H and I where we plan these out. So at the beginning of the month, we get together, we kind of map out generally what we want to talk about for the month, kind of lay it out so we can try and be concise for y'all. Every once in a while, something pops up and we go, get out of here. We gotta pivot. Well, something like that happened. All right. If y'all notice, we are live right now.
Live.
I got was it from you? Yeah, I think initially it was from you.
Yep.
You sent me something. And I was like, you gotta be playing. I said, this is ridiculous. And I want to skip everything else. I want to talk about this tomorrow. You said, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So here we are. Here. This is what we're talking about right here. Forbes put out a top of the 50 top rappers of all time. 50 top rappers of all. Let that marinate. The 50 top rappers of all time. I got a problem with this list.
I've got a problem with a lot of things going on that list. A lot of things going on. And I got to pull up the list that I have here as well so we can go. And I know you, and your problem with the list is probably starting within the top 5.
It's absolutely starting in the top 5. I'm gonna tell you what my problem with the list is. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put it back up, and we're gonna talk about this together, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the thing: I am a Jay-Z fan. I don't have a problem with Jay-Z being number 1. I'm a Kendrick Lamar fan. I got a problem with Kendrick Lamar being number 2. There's no way Kendrick Lamar is the second greatest rapper of all time. There's no way in this world. He's phenomenal, but there's no way in this world. After Kendrick is Lil Wayne, and then J. Cole. This seems to me like a 20-something-year-old who is trying to pretend like they know hip-hop because Pac don't make it. It just barely cracked the top 5, which is amazing to me.
This is recency bias at its best. To have Lil Wayne and to have Kendrick and J. Cole sitting there squarely in the top 10, but in the top 5, like that, definitely some recency bias that I cannot ascribe to. Now, can you put the list up with us on the screen? Can we have all 3?
Yes, sir.
Because I want to be able to reference that list without having to look away from the people. I don't really, I'm not going to say I have a problem with the top 5. I'm not, but I have a major problem with.
Whoa. You don't have a problem with the top 5?
I don't like the order of the top 5, but I'll say we can have the top. We can have them in the top 5. We can.
Wait, stop that. You mean to tell me Kendrick Lamar and Lil Wayne and J. Cole make the top 5, but Biggie doesn't?
Okay. I don't like any of this. Okay, I don't like any of this. I don't like any of this. Okay, I don't like any of this.
This is about to turn ugly real fast.
Yeah. Okay, I don't like any of it. But I have an understanding of why they could put them there. That they can talk to me and they can give me some sound reasoning. I would not agree with it, but it's something that I can have some sound reasoning to. That's why I say I'm not mad at it. I'm okay with it because someone could give me some sound reasoning as to why.
It's not completely blasphemous.
Right.
I got you.
The top 5 is not.
Right.
However,
here we go.
Get down to, let's say, number 7.
Number 7 is Kanye West.
And I can say early Kanye West possibly could deserve to be there. However, Kanye West has writers.
True.
So I don't believe he deserves to be there. Number 6 has notoriously been known to have ghostwriters as well. So you time to take Drake. Yeah, you kind of get bumped down when those allegations come out, and then we have reference tracks and we see what's happened. Even though your pen has written for others, including Kanye, I just can't put you guys in the same realm and on the same level as rappers who actually pen their entire catalog. So
now let's get this straight for a second before you go any further. This list is the top 50, the 50 top rappers of all time. Right. So explain to me, what does that mean to you?
To me?
Yes, the top 50 rappers of all time.
The criteria for that are going to be the cadence, the lyricism, the impact, and I would say the voice, because there are certain rappers whose voices just irritate me, and that brings me to number 8, and that's just, to me, like you have to have a voice that I want to listen to, but your cadence has to be on par. Your lyrics have to be on par. Your pen game has to be spectacular.
Nice.
Yeah, you got to be nice there. Yeah. So those are some of my criteria. What are yours? Because I'm actually here right now. I'm updating something on my list. And
you changing?
Yeah, I got to make a change.
They don't know what you're talking about when you say list, but we'll get to that in a minute. Look, I would say, in order to be one of the 50 top rappers of all time, that means that number one, you got to be able to rap.
Right.
You got to be able to spit. So the essence of being able to tell a story with words in an entertaining fashion, rhythmically, that's you got to be able to rap.
Got to be able to rap.
And now, according to Forbes, and I went on Forbes' website, it says between critical acclaim, cultural influence, album sales, innovation in the genre, and more, this list compiles the top 50 rappers of all time. So they stuck to their criteria. Their criteria was critical acclaim. That means a whole bunch of people, like the critics.
Right.
But that's the other thing. Critical acclaim is different than popularity. Critical acclaim is experts in the field acknowledge you as at the top of that field. So that would be critical acclaim. Cultural influence. That means how your approach to the genre, to the art form, was able to affect the culture. Album sales, self-explanatory.
Right.
Innovation in the genre. How did you move the genre forward? How did you move it forward? Now, I said all that to say this.
And then they said other things. And I call cap on that part simply because if that was their criteria, how is MC Hammer not in this top 50?
And thank you very much. I am so mad that I didn't think about MC Hammer. Like, wow, I Lord forgive me. Because I'm gonna tell y'all this.
Because that's my thing. When the Drake fans talk about how many records he sold and he's outsold Kendrick, and I'm like, MC Hammer outsold everybody, and nobody ever said MC Hammer was the GOAT. But MC Hammer outsold everybody when he dropped, and he continued to do so until the mid '90s, until he decided to be hard and come out with his dingling out on Pumps and the Bumps. Like
Pumps and the Bumps, Pumps and the Bumps.
But Hammer was killing you. That man killed you with Hammer Don't Hurt Him, Too Legit to Quit. That nigga was the Addams Family. Like Hammer was outselling everybody. He had the critical acclaim. He everything on their list. Hammer was possibly number one, and he's not on your list. So I say you're full of shit.
Well, let me put it like this: when you give that criteria, right? How do some of these people land on the list? Just so y'all know, what we did when we saw this list, Thommy with an H and I decided we were going to make a top 10 list of our own. Now, this is the top 10 rappers, and I looked at it from that aspect. I'm not saying my favorite top 10 hip hop artists. I'm going with some of the top 10 best rappers, and this is when I say best rapper, I mean someone who was able to, their wordplay was masterful. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion. And then we looked at the list and said, what 5 people need to get off this list? And what 5 people are we going to replace them with?
Right.
So now we haven't even gone through the stupid list.
We haven't gone through the, just run down the list. Run down the list for the people. All right.
Run down the list. First of all, let's go ahead and I'm going to do this. And I want to put this up by itself so we can just get to this. Right?
There may be some people who aren't able to see this; they can just hear it. So let's go ahead and give them.
All right. So the 50 top rappers of all time, according to Forbes, and this is going. I'm going from 1 to 50, and I'm going to be talking real quick. So we've got Jay-Z, followed by Kendrick Lamar, Lil Wayne, J. Cole, Tupac, Drake, Kanye West, Nicki Minaj, Nas, Eminem, Andre 3000, the Notorious B.I.G. at number 12, Blasphemous. Number 13, Missy Elliott, followed by Chuck D, A$AP Rocky, Lil Kim, Tyler the Creator, Snoop Dogg, Ghostface, Killer, and Common. That's your top 20 right there. It's because the reason that's so annoying is you go to 21 and then you get to Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, DMX, 50 Cent, Ice Cube, MF Doom, Juice WRLD, who is above Lauryn Hill. Get out. Dr. Dre is number 29, but Queen Latifah is number 30. You've got to be playing with me. Number 31, Mos Def, followed by Busta Rhymes, Future, Childish Gambino. LL doesn't make the list until 35. MC Light, Rock Marciano. You don't know who that is either, so shut up. At number 38, E40, followed by Method Man, and then at number 40 is Bad Bunny. Okay. 40 at Bad Bunny's at 40. 41 is Lupe Fiasco. 42 is Prodigy. 43 is Melly Mel. 43. 44 is Takeoff. 45 is MIA. All of them are before number 46, Pusha T. Chief Keef comes in at number 47. 48 is Cardi B. 49, Young Thug. At number 50 is quite possibly the most lyrical of all of them. At number 50, Talib Kweli.
Bruh.
Do y'all see the blasphemy in this? This is the problem. I'm gonna leave that. Let's just stay in there. Listen, the problem is for me is the order, number one, and number two. There are people on this list to the exclusion of other people that we can argue over. Me and you will argue all day over which rapper is better, but it's never a matter of he doesn't even deserve to be in the conversation.
On the list, right. And that's the problem. There are people who are not on this list.
Yes, sir.
So we're gonna start. No, we're gonna start by taking off first. Who goes?
Taking off.
Who comes off the list for you? I asked you for 5. I know there were plenty of them that you were willing to jump off of. But what are your 5 that you would take off of this list?
All right, so I'm taking off. Take off. It's in the name, people. It's in the name. Take off leaves.
Work. That's easy work.
Easy work. Take off leaves. Bad Bunny leaves. MIA definitely leaves. Juice WRLD leaves. Young Thug leaves. Those are my 5.
Ooh.
Yep.
Thugger leaving.
Thugger got to go.
All right.
And you'll see why in a moment.
All right. So our lists are almost identical. I have Juice WRLD out of there. Bad Bunny is out of there. MIA. I had to go look up who MIA was again. And
you know one song. And the rest of y'all only know one song.
How did this end up on this list? How did MIA end up on the list? Takeoffs, he's also on my list. And then I took Chief Keef off. I took Chief Keef off the list.
Woo.
That's where we differ. Because Sosa, I'm sorry. I apologize, but there's no way that you end up in the top 50 of anything. So I left Thug on there. I left Future on there. Because the kids tell me Future is the man. So I left Future on, but Chief Keef had to come off of this list.
Hey, Dennis. Well, you know what? We got some comments. People is chiming in. Of course, you know, that's you. And then that's her.
Got it. She ain't lying.
Hey. Oh, man.
And you know what? More than likely, like we did go and look and see who put the article out. Now I'm not sure who came up with the list, but we did go find who put the article out, and she did seem to be a little young and
a little. No, I'm sorry.
She seemed to be. Yeah, she's not out. She's not in our age group. And again, we must preface this whole thing by saying that we are 40-plus-year-olds, so we're going to have a major difference, and we probably don't know who some of these people are, but it's still hip-hop. This is what we grew hip-hop within our lifetimes. We grew this thing. Like it was at its infancy when we came around, so we got
generation before us. Listen, the generation before us created it. Our generation defined it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I don't care who get mad. So all right. So we done took people off.
Doing what to it? What is this generation doing to it?
Pissing on it. My daughter tells me that she has a coach that she says that we're alike. The reason being is because she got in the car with the coach, and the coach had on was playing a song, said, "Do you know this song? Do you know this song? Do you know this song?" And she said, "No." "Do you know who does it?" No. You know who it was?
What was that?
It was DMX.
Oh.
I was so hurt. I cried, bro.
You felt like you failed.
I'm a failure because how do you have a father who's me and you don't know that? And we have these sessions where I will just make them sit down. I'll pull up YouTube on the TV,
right?
And we like, you want to listen to this one? You know what that is? Did you hear what he just said? It's gonna take all you niggas in the rap game to barely move. Because when I blow shit up, I have to falling like white bitches in the scary movie.
Scary movie. Right? Like you know how that works. You know how that works. You know how that works. So
I do. Unfortunately,
you start playing shit, and then they just put their heads down and playing their phones. They ignore greatness.
Yep. All right. So we done took people off. You go ahead and kick it off. Who are you putting on instead of those 5 that we took off? Who do you put on?
So this one got a little spooky for me because I've got a couple of honorable mentions and I've had to make some changes. When I was thinking here earlier when I said, I had to make a change to my list, this is where I was making my change about who to put on. But number 1 I'm putting on is Scarface. Scarface is going on in here, hands down, just gonna happen.
Keep in mind, Scarface is one of my honorable mentions, but he's not my 5.
He's not in your 5 in. All right, this is my first 5 in. I'm putting Big L on and replacing any of those 5. I'm putting Jadakiss in. I'm putting Kiss in there, man. He's top 5 dead or alive. He's definitely going to be in this top 50.
And that's just off one LP.
That's just one off one. But I'm putting Kiss in. I'm putting Black Thought in.
Yes, sir.
And that's 4. So I've got Cool G Rap and Trick Daddy. Trying to figure out which one I'm going to put in. I got Cool G Rap and Trick.
Time out. You say Trick Daddy?
I got Cool G Rap and Trick right now, battling it out for the next year.
How did Trick get in that conversation?
Because Trick Daddy did for the Thugs album, and that's one of my top 5 albums all time. And that's my justification for it. But when it comes to strict lyricism, no man. It's G Rap. But I don't think G Rap bought in the mafioso rap.
That hurts my feelings that you got like it's a battle for lyricism between Cool G Rap. It's not for lyricism. That's not the battle. It's the impact. The impact is the part. I got you. I'm with you.
But I will say this: I think there are more people, and I'm gonna go ahead and put Cool G Rap at the top of that because there are more people that came with the mafioso style raps than anybody that's doing what Trick did down in the South. So
more people were born out of Cool G Rap than were born out of
Trick Daddy. Correct. So I'm gonna.
You know what I hear you saying?
That's what gives Cool G Rap the edge.
When you pulled Cool G Rap into this, both of them, Cool G Rap and Trick, I just hear you screaming, "Lou Alcindor." Yo. All right. Bro. So listen. This is the thing. Like I said, Scarface is one of my honorable mentions. And these are 5 that are not on the list that we're replacing the garbage that we took off. KRS-One is at the top of my list.
Yeah.
Yep. Big L. Redman. I don't know how Redman is not on this list. How does Dr. Dre make it on this list as a rapper, but Redman's not?
Bro.
We're not talking about the biggest hip hop influences and nothing like that. We're talking about the greatest rappers. Anyway, of course, yeah.
Come on.
But see, A$AP Rocky. Now, here's the thing. I'm not an A$AP Rocky fan. I'm not an A$AP group fan or anything like that. However, I did see the way that A$AP Rocky led that and led the charge to change, where he didn't completely leave out lyrics, but it turned somewhere. So I can see the argument for an A$AP Rocky on the list, definitely not in the top 10, or where do you end up in the top 20 and number 15.
I go Joey Badass before I went A$AP Rocky though.
Right. I'm with you on that. So I said KRS-One, Big L, Redman, Black Thought, and the one, I remember I told you I took somebody off and I put this one on.
Yeah.
Big Pun.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and we're talking
I thought about Pun too. I thought about Pun. Who'd you take off of Pun?
I took off.
You took Face off of Pun?
I did take. No. I didn't. Scarface was one of my honorable.
He was going to always be honorable. Okay.
Right. Scarface because I'm not. I'm a fan,
right?
But when I think lyricists, there's so many people that come to mind before Face. That's why, and I know where you're at. I know what you're saying.
Okay,
I
as
know where
long as
you
you
at.
know,
I know,
as long as
and
you
that's
know,
no
bro.
disrespect to Face Mob.
Boy, can't do it.
Yeah. Who is this chiming in? We know. Trick
Trick
love
love
kids. But of
Ooh.
course, I've got. So I said, KRS One, Big Pun, Big L, Redman, and Black Thought. Jadakiss is honorable mention. Really, Jadakiss is my favorite lyricist. Is probably Jadakiss.
Yeah, but I was thinking, I
Between
was
him and
also
Red.
thinking, I'm thinking like, what about Beanie Mac? How's he?
Oh, I can't believe I forgot. Siegel, y'all. Oh, this is the problem. So here's the thing. You and I, in the last couple of hours, have come to this conclusion, and there are people that we'll forget. But
Right.
it's not going to be outlandish where it's like, oh, my God, who is this dude that you just think is the great? No, these people who wrote this article are supposed to be experts, and they had weeks, months, if not more, to dig into this and figure
Yeah,
it out.
they stepped into the culture and stepped into it, and that's
Exactly.
yeah. And then this is one of those, you don't live this, you just a visitor,
Right.
and that's a major. I guess that's why they put these sorts of lists out to get the engagement, but
Well, it worked.
as soon as we saw it, we instantly got upset.
Absolutely.
There wasn't even a time of, oh, well, let's take a look at it and see. No, there were, as soon as we looked here and read through 50, we were like, what in the entire hell are they
Absolutely.
thinking? And that just let me know I needed to show them that there's some tweaks that needed to be made to their list. That's about it. Just a little tweaks that needed to be made to their list.
So here's a problem that I have, though, and I think we've touched on this before, and we've talked about this before. At what point do we stop allowing some of these publications that are predominantly white and geared towards other cultures besides us? When do we stop letting them have a say so? And when do we stop letting it bother us what they think about it? Because let's be honest, when we read this, it touched a nerve, bro.
It did.
It touched a nerve, and I was just like, "You got to be out your who? What Forbes? What?"
Right. But it's never gonna stop bothering us when we see foolishness. Like, that's just the old folk in us now. That's the elderly. When you see something stupid, you can't help but say something. That's us at this age. So there's nothing that's gonna be driving you to drink. So there's never gonna be anything that we see that we're not gonna be upset about. But there are certain, like you say, publications that aren't geared towards us that we need to stop giving credence to. When we see it, we're gonna say it's dumb, but there needs to be a mass voice of saying it's dumb, so maybe they'll stop doing it. That's kind of what we did here.
This is the problem that I have with this. Like, in this, for anybody who is going to defend this list, right?
And it would only be someone from Forbes that would defend this list.
Hey, Dennis, who you talking about?
Currency, baby. Currency.
Oh, Currency.
Hot spitter.
Yeah.
He doesn't. He belongs in front of some of these folks, but he shouldn't be in the top 50.
Nope.
He shouldn't be in the top 50, but he should definitely be. If they were going to put on some of these folks, I understand where Spitter could come in.
Oh God.
That's a 70s baby right there. That's clearly a 70s kid.
Obviously. So, and you know what, Dennis, you did mention it, said none of the locks.
Yeah, that's what we had to get him on. We had to get the locks on there. Now,
God. Now, are we talking influence? Like, all right, I do want to kind of I want to I see that's hilarious to me, by the way, but I want to go into, like, these are rappers. When I think the top
Queen's on the list.
Rappers,
Queen's on the list.
Queen is on the list. Yes, Queen is on the list. But she's down around 30. Here's the thing.
30.
Here's the thing. That's not too far off from where I would put her.
Right.
But it's not like the people who are on before her can't be on before her. Though. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the problem. Like, I would, if it's gonna be, you gotta have a woman in the top 10.
Who?
I'll swap Nikki out for. If you just gotta have her, I'll swap Nikki out for MC Light.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Whew.
Yeah, I'll definitely make that swap. I'll make that swap. If it's got to be a woman in there, it won't be Roxanne Shante. It won't be Roxanne Shante. No,
it won't be. It won't be. So here's the thing. Let me. I can't stop. I can't with this list. So, I mean, what made me mad was that if all 50 of these people on this list were true rappers that could really spit,
right?
I wouldn't be mad about the order as much. But because I end up I got to go all the way into the 20s to find Rakim or DMX or Big Daddy Kane or Most Def. That's that. Oh, excuse me, I can't get into the 20s. I got to go past the 20s to get the Most Def.
Into the 30s to get to Def.
Right, and the most offensive was Talib Kweli being at number 50.
Yeah, that was.
I know people who say
like that
Kweli's not there.
That was an afterthought.
Right. I think Kweli is not everybody's cup of tea. And I think that he's got a unique style to a degree that makes you, because he's from that era of, for lack of a better phrase, you ever talk to somebody and they sound like they got something like right there in their jaw, like pause, you know what I'm saying? Like they got something, you know what I'm saying? It's funny because he has as a unique voice,
but
him like a list or something.
But him and Most together, man, the Black Star, man.
Oh, Black Star was ridiculous. So like, but what's what I'm saying though, like I can understand people not having Talib Kweli as a part of that, but you can't tell me that you're naming 50 rappers and you have people like Dr. Dre and Bad Bunny and those type of people, and they're above Talib Kweli. Like
Childish Gambino is above Talib Kweli. Childish Gambino.
I could see somebody making that argument. I don't agree with it, but that's not an absurd argument to me.
It is absurd.
In my personal preference opinion, then it is. But when it comes to like, there's a way to deliver. Like Childish Gambino, like he spits. Like he's got a skill set. Neither one of us took him off the list.
Didn't take him off the list because there were things that were way more egregious than having him on this list.
But here's the other thing: neither one of us took Dr. Dre off the list either. So because in my opinion, a Bad Bunny is worse than a Dr. Dre as a rapper. And
again, I went to go listen to Bad Bunny, and I didn't understand the word Bad Bunny was saying because I don't speak Spanish. So that's another reason Bad Bunny had to come off my list. I'm sorry. Okay, I just couldn't do it. Couldn't do it.
So let me ask you a question. Who's the best rapper in Wu-Tang?
Probably Inspector Deck.
That he's the best lyricist. He's the best rapper. I guess that we're doing that. Yeah.
So
Deck is that dude. Yeah,
Deck's the dude,
like lyrically.
Yeah, but like as far as for me,
the entire pack. Okay, maybe rapper isn't the best word. Maybe rap artist.
Okay, so
you see the difference I'm making there? Like
the best artist is Meth. The best artist is Meth as far as total package. He's got the voice, he's got the flow, you know what I'm saying? He's got the charisma. Right. He's got all of that. But I'm also leaning towards the Chef.
Right.
Chef gets busy.
See, I always lean into that Chef and Raekwon. I mean, Chef and Ghost. Chef and Ghost. And now my favorite, of course, is Meth.
Because he made things simpler. He didn't complicate his rhymes. And when he was discussing the rhymes that he did on like the first albums, it was like there were a lot of nursery rhymes and shit. He was like he was taking shit off of TV and he was just making it real simple. And that was something that was catchy. So it made it that way. So I
don't
get
sleep on him now. He can spit. He got
will.
bars.
He's got bars. The boy is bananas. But yeah, a lot of times for me, I would rather listen to a ghost and like the Purple Tape. I'll listen to Purple Tape over and over.
That's not fair. That's like saying
Holy
you know
Grail.
What I mean? Right. We're talking. That's like saying who's the best. What's the best version of the national anthem? But you can't say Whitney. The Whitney's a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To me,
Purple Tape gets
anything out of Wu-Tang, there's for the individual albums or like
right.
the other than the whole group albums. The Purple Tape is way up here. Everything else is like
it's just there. It's just there. You're right.
So
you're right about that.
Like only built Cuban Links is like that. Oh my god. Man. Oh my god. What are you gonna do? Anyway, but what I'm the thing is out of that crew, Ghostface being on this list is good.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't see how you end up with Ghostface and Method Man on this list
and no Ray.
Don't have Raekwon. You understand what I'm saying? You can make the argument for the others and saying that, well, this one and that, whatever. Like to me, Capadonna is like hard. Like,
he is.
That nigga pause is bananas. But I can see somebody leaving him off. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
but not having Chef though, man.
Not having Chef is egregious. Not having Chef and having Future. Oh my God.
There is a hierarchy to me. There's a hierarchy to Atlanta. And Future does not cross above Big. He doesn't cross above CeeLo. Like there, to me, there's the Future, you got to wait your turn. Right. You've done a lot for this new era, but what Dre and Big did, like what y'all don't like the original Outkast album, Dre wasn't that guy. It was Big. Big was the one that carried everything. Them Goody Mob records, CeeLo singing and spitting is what carried them things.
Bro, a heap and helping the fried chicken, macaroni, get cheese, and collard green too big for my jeans. Bro, there is nobody like Big Boy was another one of my honorable mentions to put on. Because to me, Big Boy is that dude. Andre has got the ethereal, lyrical, this and that. But when it comes to being able to speak to you and do it in a way that's Big Boy all day. Yeah. You know, we like Dre because he's right. We like Dre because he's different. And he's lyrically
he's
adept and all that stuff.
He says some shit.
But he don't say
some words together.
He don't say a whole lot more than what Big say.
Exactly. That's the thing. He just changed up because initially they both came out with this pimp thing and Southern Playalistic, and then AT-Aliens came out and Dre took a turn.
Listen, when that nigga said I got stopped in the mall the other day, said I heard a call from around the way that I just came from. Somebody was saying something. I said, wait. Where is this going?
School? No, not really.
Because that was
like a clown, especially looking silly.
This was a different guy than Southern Playalistic Cadillac.
Right.
It was and I feel you on that. Here's the thing. I'm not gonna argue Andre 3000 being on the list because he should be.
But Big belongs on the list. Big belongs on the list simply because he said, let's hit the parking lot so I can sick your duck. God damn. I gave her a Lil Will CD and a fucking poster. It's like that, you know. And if y'all don't know that dang on song, y'all better get
this about your bag now. Anyway, listen,
y'all better stop sleeping. Y'all better stop sleeping on the Big. I'm just saying, stop sleeping on Big.
Now, here's my other question. We get all the way to 21.
Yeah.
And number 21 is Rakim. They created the name God MC because of Rakim. Every other rapper, the God MC.
The God MC. He is the pinnacle for. You know what I'm really surprised about? I'm surprised they actually put him on the list because there was these new niggas don't know. They do not know, man, and it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart.
Big Daddy Kane, you seen that?
Come on, bro.
You seen Kane get? How do you have? Listen, man. How do you have Big Daddy Kane and Rakim up there, right? but LL doesn't come in until 35. 35.
And then you go and then you go back to their criteria though. You go back to their criteria,
right?
And it's like LL there?
Yeah, and that doesn't make sense. How does their criteria? Like I'm going to read it again.
Right.
Let's see here. Where to go? Critical acclaim, cultural influence, album sales, innovation in the genre, and more. Now, just recently, LL put out a statement. Remember, did you see this? And I'm gonna look it up for you right now. I don't know if you saw this or not. But L was talking about how he started a whole lot of stuff. And he's been doing this a lot lately. Like he's been kind of putting it out there. Like, look, man, don't get it twisted. This is what I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I've been doing it. This is not something new. This isn't what I've been doing anything. It's where y'all get this from. You know what I'm saying? LL's statement. Hold on a second here.
The whole GOAT thing, right?
Yeah, he said, I'm going to say this humbly, but I really mean this. I think one day people are going to wake up and realize that LL Cool J is the most important rapper that ever existed. I truly believe one day people are going to say that. He went on to say, they're going to say when it comes to the love songs, they're going to say, this is the guy that introduced the love songs and all that. He's going to say when it comes to the GOAT terminology, they're going to say, this is the guy who came up with all that GOAT stuff. I could go on and on. This thing, like, he's not wrong.
He's not wrong at all, bro. He's not wrong.
Absolutely, and he deserves it. And this is the thing.
And then you end up at number
35.
35 on an all-time list.
On an all-time list. But keep in mind, he couldn't, there would be, without LL, there is no Def Jam.
No.
There is no Def Jam without L. You understand what I'm saying? Big Daddy Kane is at number 22. But LL,
there's no Big Daddy Kane.
The slayer of old heads who didn't want the
everybody.
Hold on. We wouldn't be moving into all this other stuff like the evolution of hip hop without an LL, because LL was that first young brash dude,
right?
Just coming out the box. Like, forget all of y'all. Like, I take a muscle bound man and put his face in the sand. Come on, bro.
But and coming and I'm gonna turn this just a little bit. Coming off of the battle between Kendrick and Drake.
Yes, sir.
LL was the battle guy. He battled everybody.
Nobody.
So any of your favorite battle records, from Ice Cube to Kendrick to Pusha T, Drake, all of that stuff pretty much is on LL's back. Now, we did have the Bridges Over by Chris, and again, KRS-One should be on the list.
Yes,
but
sir.
You had careers ended by going against LL.
LL retired multiple rappers.
Right.
Like, he beat Cannabis so bad, Cannabis joined the army. You know what I'm saying? That nigga said, I eat MC, yes, sir. It was gone. You understand what I'm saying?
That LL he changed the game for real. So
but Dr. Dre is a better rapper than him.
Right. The respect level that he does not get. And again, on your list, you had KRS-One, the respect that he doesn't get. But for me, Scarface, your favorite rapper's favorite rapper.
Yes, sir.
The most respected rapper in the game, goes anywhere, any coast, does whatever he wants to do, has one of the most distinct voices in the game. Like, his face can say the ABCs and it's gonna sound cool as hell. Like, there are verses that you will always remember forever. He's an innovator. The fact that when he went to do Can't Be Life with Jay and Beans tells the story like, yeah, man, he locked out on the phone, came back in. He was like, he just started spitting that verse. He was like, it just happened to him. Like, that's talent. That is what hip hop is born out of. You know what I'm saying? It's not
the ability of Face to be able to talk to you like, and this is the same thing I feel about Jay-Z at times.
Yeah.
Is the fact that he can talk to you when he's rapping. It feels like it could take all the music away and take the cadence away. It could be a regular conversation.
Right. It's the
and he
best
could be
stories.
dropping jewels on you.
Right.
He's one of the, if not the best to do it, he's one of the best to be able to convey messages in a way that's as clear and as day. Use metaphors, and it just sounds like it just happens to rhyme. It just happens to rhyme. Right. Happens to be a song.
Because my mind playing tricks on you. Like, you get the Willie D verse, but Face wrote his verse and Bushwick's verse.
Bushwick's verse.
And everybody knows Bushwick's verse. Everybody.
Yep. Everybody says that. This year, Halloween fell on the weekend.
Right.
Me and Ghetto Boys went trick or treat. Like, come on, bro. Like that.
Like, dog, like, there's just certain things with Face. Like, for me, he is my favorite MC. My favorite MC. Like, I'm never gonna, like, I can always argue he's the best. I can always argue he's the best because Face ain't had a whack verse, and it's been since '86. So what are we looking at? 38 years?
Yeah.
And you haven't heard a whack verse from him yet?
Right.
Come on, man.
Right.
Come on, man. This guy is everywhere.
You know who my favorite rapper is?
Yeah.
And he didn't make the list till 23.
23, man. That's blasphemous in itself, man.
And I don't understand how. Let's go. I don't understand how I can. And again, my favorite rapper, DMX.
Mm-hmm.
I can see you making an argument for Jay-Z. I can even see you make an argument for people who like Lil Wayne and stuff.
Right.
I'm not mad at that. I don't see how you can make an argument for Nicki Minaj above DMX. I don't see how you can make an argument for A$AP Rocky above DMX. I don't think how you can make one for Tyler the Creator above DMX. I don't. Are you serious,
bro? And Tyler's creative. Tyler the Creator. He is creative though. He's a talent, and I'll take nothing away but his position on this list. That's the only thing I would take away from him. No, not a top 20, not a top 25 in my book. Now, I'm gonna, before we come back, because I know we're running almost a little late. So before we come back, I'm gonna put a little pin in something for a second. Put a pin in this list, and I'm gonna take you on a little side journey.
Okay.
Kendrick Lamar put out his album.
Yes, he did.
The Whacked Out Murals track, he mentioned Lil Wayne, saying he used to rock his Rolly Proud or his whatever he was proud, and he feel like he let Lil Wayne down. Lil Wayne comes out and says, "Why y'all bothering me? Let the giant rest." You something like that, or you don't want this and something. What I want to ask you is, like, have you seen Lil Wayne win a rap battle ever?
Never.
Because there have been some people who came at Wayne, and Wayne's not a battle type rapper. He put some things together.
Is not the beast that he thinks he is.
He says a lot of rhyming words. He knows a lot of rhyming words.
And so does my thesaurus. So listen, the thing is, bro, like, you've got to remember, man, like, Wayne is not, when the Hot Boys was popping.
Mm-hmm.
If you ask me, Turk was the better rapper between him and Wayne.
Early on, maybe. I would say Juvie.
I'm talking about during the no. I'm not talking about because they were the two young bulls in that crew. So they were always right behind each other in the tracks. To me, Turk was the better one. Like, Juvie to me was this nigga. You understand what I'm saying?
He was the one in that group. Yeah, when they initially dropped. Now, what I will say is Wayne got better over time, because Wayne, you could tell Wayne stayed in the studio. Wayne kept spitting. Wayne kept going, and then once he got that Gilly influence, Wayne's style changed a bit. Wayne's cadence changed a bit. Wayne's flow changed a bit, and I'm not sure if it's, and I can't even say it's the Gilly influence. Maybe that's the way Wayne was spitting outside of the studio, but when he came into the studio, he had to make it what it was. So I'm not gonna go that way with him.
I'm sorry, sir. Gilly the Kid. Wayne has, to my knowledge, one line in life about Gilly, and it's and he called him Gilly the Squid.
Gilly the Squid.
That was it. And you know what? If people knew if Gilly the Kid had spent his time putting out his own stuff and really trying to promote himself versus the money he was making ghostwriting for other rappers.
Yeah, the Major Figures thing and all that. Yeah.
Right. And the problem is that Wayne had by that point had built this following that it's akin to the Beehive or what are the Swifties?
The Swifties, yeah.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
He had that type of group.
He's got this cult following now.
Right. And so there's nothing that Gilly the Kid was going to be able to say or rhyme that was going to be able to compete with that. And this goes back to the Drake and Kendrick thing. Mm-hmm. The only reason I think that Kendrick was able to come out on top with this was that he took Drake's blueprint that he used on Meek. Mm-hmm. And he turned it on him and turned it up 1,000. And at the time, Drake didn't have anything that was really bubbling on the radio or in the streets. This is why I'm warning Lil Wayne. Wayne, look at me. You don't want that problem. Like, I'm telling you, if you think for a second that after you put out that little statement about not waking the sleeping or whatever, I'm sure you got 2 or 3 tracks written. I can guarantee you that right now, Kendrick Lamar has an album worth of music written, ready to go if you say anything. And he's going to be in your city doing the Super Bowl. He's going to do a Lil Wayne diss album at halftime. You don't want these problems. Like you, and that's what's amazing about this is that, number one, I didn't see anything disrespectful or like they even sound like going at Lil Wayne.
No.
From what Kendrick said.
He's he's in his feelings.
Right. And rightfully so. Like, come on, man. If I've been putting on for Orlando for 20 plus years, 30 years almost.
30 years, right.
And then they bring the thing to me and they call some other artist in from somewhere else. I can see you being offended a little bit. Not a whole lot, though, because, I mean, it's not like everywhere that they go that they bring in the artist that it's right now. That's dumb.
Because they didn't do it in Atlanta.
Right. But I do understand where you're coming from. Like, I can understand how you could feel hurt, especially when Jay-Z was supposed to be, like, big bro. Like, Jay-Z's supposed to be the one that helps you and do all this stuff. And he has helped you, which is why I think Wayne hasn't said a whole bunch about it. He let his feelings be known, but because Jay-Z, when he was going through his thing with Baby, Jay-Z was the one who helped him out, bundling that money, was helping him out, doing all stuff. So anyway, I don't think Lil Wayne wants these problems.
I don't think so. And I go to the Drake and Kendrick beef, and I think Drake had some wonderful lines in there and some lyrics, and I think maybe lyrically he outperformed Kendrick.
Who?
But Drake. I think there were some great bars, like bar for bar. I think he outbarred him, but Kendrick was able to.
I won't go that far with you.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you some. I'm gonna send you some stuff later on so you can see it. But there were some bars in there that Drake had. They were like, oh, that's nice. But the fact that it's a battle. And the most personal shit you can say about me is pipe down, pipsqueak, how you big stepping in a men's size 7. Like with that, and then this man comes and tells you you're a colonizer, you like little girls, you got a gambling problem, you're insecure about yourself. Like he pulled that mirror out and let you see yourself. And the worst you can tell me is, hey, I heard you beat your old lady. My old lady's right here. She said it.
Right, she's in the video right here with me.
She's right here. So it's like, it's kind of like the cultural impact of it. Like we can bar for bar, and I think Wayne will have some nice metaphors and that sort of thing. But when Kendrick holds that mirror up to Wayne and just like look at yourself, just look at you. I don't have to say anything about it. Look at you. And then you look at, okay, Gilly already came out and told niggas you kiss Baby in the mouth. Then they said, who was your Birdman's daughter? They go Pusha T came out. It's gave you signed to one nigga, to sign to another nigga, to sign to three nigga. Now that's bad luck. Talking about Wayne out there on tour, stranded, a rapper that can't get up. Like you've done this. Juvie called you a bitch. What kind of nigga kiss baby in a man in the mouth? What kind of nigga need his mama to hold his hand like a bitch? Like he went off. They ain't gonna BG is going off. Like, bro.
Here's the problem. This is the thing. Wayne doesn't know how to engage in battles.
He does not know how to. He tried to. He went at Jay-Z when Jay-Z came out. It was like the baby money line. He was like, man, your baby money, y'all ain't got my old lady money. And he was like, I'll kidnap your old lady. Huh? And see, what he say? I'll kidnap your old lady, see how much you love your old lady, some shit. And it's just like.
But that's a Jay-Z line anyway.
Yeah, so it's just like
kidnap your lady, see that like yeah, that
yeah, so it's just like Wayne, like if it comes to just lyrics and what does Wayne talk about? Wayne talks about a bunch of shooting, a bunch of dope, a bunch of women, and being a gangster.
All of which is pretend, because I think people forget we've known Wayne since he was 12. Wayne's been an artist since he was 12.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I remember being like, this kid is talented because his mama won't
he can't cuss. Right.
And he was, and at the time I was like, wow, this kid is.
Yeah. Because I remember that first album, that first album he came out and with Fuck the World. Look, I don't cuss, but in this verse, man, fuck the world.
That was a beautiful song to me. And like to this day, I still might put that on to this day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
that's just fine.
It not. The problem is that what Wayne has never done, I mean, besides Cheddar Bob and himself, you know what I'm saying? he's never been able to maintain a battle persona, but he hasn't had to. Because when people shoot at him from afar, it's never turned into we gonna keep going and keep going.
Right.
The only people who've done it was Gilly the Kid, somebody who flies under the radar for a lot of people. And Pusha T.
And when Push came, he had Drake jump out the window to defend, and then all of a sudden, you see your mans get shot down, and you don't got nothing to say.
Here's the problem, and going back to that Drake thing, Drake has taken 2 L's in a row.
Yeah.
2 in a row. When you got somebody like Pusha T who said there is nothing off limit. Nah, I don't care.
Those are scary hours, dog. Those are the scary hours.
Scary.
Those are the scary. When you sit there and you like, I got something that could have ended his career, but it was gonna go too far. And the guy who you said is gonna finish says, come on, yeah, let's do that. Let's do that.
You know he's got more.
And you know he's ready. You know he's ready to
expose you a whole kid. You got a whole kid that you were successful in keeping away from TMZ. And this nigga found out?
Nigga, from TMZ. Nigga, you finna have a whole promo run on your kid. Oh man, you about to bring the bag. This nigga fucked up the money.
It is amazing, and I love every minute of it. But here's the thing. All right, so
okay, we're gonna pull that pen out. Pull that pen back up. Back to the top.
The way we got into all of this, and that I think it ties in though. It's not completely away. It ties in because when we say the top 50 rappers, we mean people who can hold their own in situations like that. Now, when it comes to it, as much as I'm not a super Drake fan, Drake has got a skill set where he's able to engage and make it entertaining. Yes. Drake did something that a lot of people hadn't done before, except for LL. Like the only other person who's done it that I can think of, LL, that who make a song, a diss tracks where people who aren't hip hop heads enjoy the music. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm Bad was a hit, and he was shooting at folks. You understand what I'm saying? Now, we all love the Jadakiss 50 Cent battle.
Folks, he shot at everybody.
Right.
Everybody, because he said nobody can rap. No,
quite like I can.
Everybody.
But that's the thing. So like the Jadakiss 50 Cent battle,
right?
I think Jadakiss was far superior in that battle. The problem is that it was a hip hop head battle. It was for people like us
It
who
was-
just
right.
love hip hop.
Right.
It wasn't for the masses. But you know what else though? 50 knew that because he didn't mention Jadakiss a whole lot in the interviews and stuff like he did with Ja Rule. Because if he would have put,
because that was real beef.
Well, if Jadakiss was on the level of a Ja Rule at the time, there would be no 50 Cent today.
No, true.
You understand what I'm saying?
True.
Like if more ears and more eyeballs understood hip hop and listened to that battle between 50 and Jadakiss, there would be no 50 Cent because Jadakiss would have buried him based on the
True. True.
Oh man, what's the next album about? Bunch of love songs, 100% pure garbage. Just something to break up buds on.
Yeah, like said, break my weed up on you, dog. Like,
it's crazy.
It's
anyway,
it's on YouTube also. You can actually find a back and forth with these two guys on YouTube. I look at it at least once a year. Amazing songs, bro, back and forth.
I love every second of it.
Yeah,
but see, man, here's the thing. That's why I like Fifth, because honestly, 50 Cent from How to Rob all the way through, bro. Like he was able to go at dudes, and he is the ultimate troll.
He is. And now he's taking it from rap to Instagram. Like now he's an internet troll.
He takes it to his TV set. That nigga troll what's her face from his own show for how long?
Notori.
Notori.
Yeah,
whatever.
Norton. Yeah, he trolled her. He trolled Ghost. Like anybody, any and everybody. Nobody's off limits, and that's what I love about Phil.
It's not an act for him. Because
he doesn't care. He doesn't care, and it's all jokes to him. It was like, what you gonna do? When he was in the midst of his beef with Fat Joe, this dude, and with Fat Joe and Ja, this dude comes to a BET Awards, jumps off stage, and walks through the crowd looking for you. Like this guy is that dude. Like I don't care. Like what do you say? I don't want no problems, but I'm okay with the problems.
Right.
That is so how niggas really be feeling. Like I don't want no problems with nobody, but I'm okay if we got a problem.
Right.
That's the guy you don't want to bother.
Right.
That's the guy you really don't want to bother. Like
I will avoid the problem. I will I will tell you like, hey, look, it's all good. We good. Yeah. And you know what? My apologies.
All of that. But
however,
if it has to be,
that's your out, homie. Like and people don't see the out. And people like 50 Cent don't give you out. Like he just assumes that you meant something else and he just goes off. But that's the same way LL is. You see what I'm saying? I want to keep pointing out. LL
was giving cats the blues. And I'm talking about from Ice-T,
Cool D, Cannabis,
it goes on and on and on. Like any of your favorite MCs from the 80s had to deal with LL coming through, and LL drug you all the way through to the 90s. He was still lovering you to death.
Keep in mind, Kool Moe D, he retired after getting into it with LL. Ice-T went to go do TV shows.
Hammer stopped making records. Like Hammer had beef with Redman. He had beef with Third Base. Hammer had beef with Ice Cube, and it took LL Cool J to turn that fire down, bro.
I don't listen, bro. Overall,
and he's at number 30 something. All right.
So here's one more thing. Here's one more thing. First of all, it's hit them up, not hit them up. Tupac hit them up. You sound real white, Dennis. Please.
That's that Mandarin education right there, boy. That's that Mandarin education.
I will say this. The most vicious diss track of all time, in my opinion, is No Vaseline.
It ruined the group.
Yeah, but the most out front, before Drake had back-to-back, before Kendrick had They Not Like Us, it was Hit 'Em Up. Full music video, like, it was a top number one on the Billboard, like the whole nine. And it came on aggressive.
Yeah.
Like Pac meant whatever he said. And I got to give it to him. Like I was not a Pac fan, but God.
And that's the thing of like, I was I was one of those kids that lived in the music. I did not care East Coast, West Coast. Big was, at the time, Big was my favorite artist. As soon as I heard Hit 'Em Up, I played that shit over and over and over again. And it was like, well, man, nah. Dude, do y'all not hear what this dude just said? But that's the same. But it's the same thing when No Vaseline came out. Like, I was an NWA junkie. And then when they came out with, oh man, see, I was, what was this, 91? 91 when that came out?
Yeah, I remember I was 10.
Right, 10. Exactly. I was like, let me see, 91. I was 11, 10, 11. So 11, 12. Yeah, 11, 12. So listening to that song, and again, had it on my little tape player on the back of the bus, playing that joint right there, and everybody like, what the hell is that? Oh, y'all ain't on this? And I didn't even know niggas had issues with Jews until goddamn Ice Cube told me, and you let a Jew break up my crew. Like,
I thought we was all together.
I didn't know we had issues with Jews, though. I didn't know we. Yep. But and
we'll
the way
about that on another episode too.
Yeah, and I think the way Tupac started off Hit 'Em Up is equivalent to the way that Ice Cube started off.
Damn, I'm glad y'all said it.
I'm glad y'all said it off.
Woo, boy, I've been waiting on this right here, boy.
Right, exactly. It's just like that. First off, it's like, yes. I'm glad y'all did this. And
that ain't the beginning. That ain't the beginning of Hit 'Em Up that everybody be talking about. You know, like first off, like that's the beginning of the song.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I fucked your bitch.
What? What? That's the beginning. That's the beginning. And that's the one that made everybody like, huh? And I'm telling you, man, like that is hip hop right there. It's sad that it ended up in death. However, I don't like the death, but I kind of don't respect the beefs without it. And that's a me problem. A
few months ago, we had this conversation, and I was with you're like, it don't feel the same without aggression, and then the very next week, there was the shooting at Drake House,
right? Yeah,
and then
because I told you I was like, I'm done with this. It was just record after record. I was like, nobody's gonna die, so I don't care anymore. And then there was a shooting, and I was engaged once again. I was like,
right.
And again, that's a 70s baby raised in the 80s. and bred in like. Really bred into the 90s. Like that's the us thing. And that's the us
90s
thing.
is that coming of age time.
Yeah.
Think about the point in the 90s. And I'm not gonna do the whole 90s era better than the 80s era, better than the 2000s. You know what I'm saying? Because really and truly, when like 99, 2000, 2001, you're talking about that's the DMX era. That's the Jay-Z hit his stride era.
Yeah.
That's the so that's where I can't really say just early 90s, because now granted, early 90s, mid to the late 90s, we're talking Wu-Tang, we're talking Redman, Method Man,
right?
Like that type of stuff. Yeah.
Those are my moments. Like I remember my off the porch times with certain things. Like my lady, my girls off the porch time is different than.
Then it's at your door.
Yeah, nigga.
This at your door.
Yeah, but my girls outside time is different than my outside time with
music
with the streets. Like,
oh yeah. Okay.
So there's a different, like I said, the R. Kelly's in 91, but then you hit the 93s when you had the Woos. And you had the Snoops and Dre's and that sort of thing. Like,
you go find a way to bring up R. Kelly. That's hilarious.
Because
just go gear to. That's hilarious.
Yeah. But let's top 10. We got to finish this up. We over an hour.
I don't know how to hog that, people.
All right, let's close this out, man. Top 10.
Yeah, let's get it up. Top 10. Right. So I'm gonna give you my top 10. I'm gonna give you my top 10 that are from this list. So I'm on this list. Yep. So, and it's not in any particular order. This is just from the list that I saw. These are gonna be my top 10s. Big, J,
really?
M. Yeah, Biggie, yep. Notorious Big, Jay-Z, Eminem, Scarface,
of course,
Andre 3000, Nas, Rakim, Wayne, Kendrick, and then my number
Wow.
10. My number 10, I think that's 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. And then it's either gonna be Cole or Drake. Cole or Drake. I'll let y'all decide. I'll let y'all decide.
These are the top 10 hip hop artists and top 10 rappers.
Just off the list that they gave me, these are the 10 I picked. Except
Oh wait,
for
the 10. It's got to be the 10 off the list.
That's what I was picking. I was taking 10 off their list, but I had to throw Scarface in there because he deserved to be on the list, and they just made a mistake. That was a typo somewhere. I think they were trying to spell Scarface and they spelled Juice WRLD.
All right. Well, my top 10. I went Biggie, Tupac, Jay-Z, Eminem, Rakim. That's 5. 3 Stacks. DMX, of course. Most Def, KRS-One. Did I forget?
All right, so you didn't go.
Oh,
far
and Redman. Redman. I didn't say Redman, of course. Yeah.
So you picked 2 off that weren't on the list.
Yeah, just Redman. No.
3.
Oh yeah,
you got
Chris, Redman, and those are the only ones that were. Oh, Most Def.
And Def, but Def is on the list. Def was on the list.
Oh, okay, but yeah, it's only 2 off.
Okay, 2 off. I only went 1 that wasn't on the list. I only went 1 and put Face in there because he just, like I said, there was just a typo somewhere. But
I just think I really think that, like, and I want to be clear. I don't think that the list is as garbage as it appears. They're saying the number 1, and this is in order for them. I just think that the problem with the list is the fact that there are people on there to the exclusion of others that shouldn't be on there. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely some deserving people are missing from this list, like Scarface, like KRS-One, like the impact on hip hop. There are definitely people that have had little to no impact on the game. Like I know Nicki, the way that she has these what are her people? The pinks? What does she call her people? Yeah, the Barbs. Yeah, the way that she has the Barbs following her, I understand the impact she's having on that generation, and all of these new girls that are coming behind her doing basically the same thing. So I can get that, but to have like Cardi B on this list, seriously,
Cardi B has the same type of impact.
My exactly.
Problem with it is that Cardi B is on it, and like you said, Cardi B's on it, but Redman's not.
Right.
Like Nicki Minaj is on it, and Scarface is not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's stuff like that. That's my problem with the list. Everybody's entitled, because when you start naming your top 5 or top 10 or whatever, even in no particular order, you start realizing you got to exclude people who are really dope,
who are deserving,
in order to keep your 10. The problem is, if you listen to my list and listen to your list, you could argue. Somebody could be like, "Oh man, you picked Redman, but you didn't pick this one. You didn't pick Scarface." But that's a legitimate argument, because you're talking about 2 lyricists, and now we got to get down to a preference thing to say why this one should be on there versus another one.
Right.
But we wouldn't have that argument if I had Takeoff on my list of top 10 greatest. You're gonna be like, wait, you picked Takeoff over Scarface? You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's the different argument.
And what we're gonna do is we're gonna I'm gonna speak to my nieces. I'm gonna tell them to give me a top 10. Their top 10. They're teenagers still. See, your game for the this is exactly what you was trying to get done. Exactly what you were trying to get done. But hey, holler at your daughter and tell her to give you her top 10. And we're gonna put that up on the pages, on the social pages.
Okay,
here.
I bet we're gonna find as many.
Next few days.
We want. All right, so this is what we need. I'm gonna get one. I want you to do the same thing. We're gonna get one person under 18, one person 18 to 25.
25, yeah.
18 to 25, and then one person 25 to 30. or 35?
25 to 35. We'll do 25 to 35. So we'll do under 18.
18 to 25.
Yeah.
And then 25 to 35.
25 to 35. Yeah. So let's get a top 10 list.
Top 10.
10 of all time. And let's see if their list comes up with some of this. Yeah. And we'll compile the list and we'll see how it works. I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be mad.
If you notice, you pick, who did you put in your top 10? Because we got KRS-One, I got KRS-One, I got Rakim in my top 10, and they're pre-me.
Right. I got Big JM for right. No, we're gonna give them this list, but we're gonna also let them pick whoever they want to add in, if there's anything they want to add on, even if their list is completely devoid of all of these people. We're gonna see. We're gonna give them this list, and we're gonna tell them.
Just give it to me. I'm not gonna give them this list at all. I'm gonna have them just give me 10.
Okay.
I want you to give me your top 10 rap. Okay, got it. Bet.
Yeah, let's do that. And
I got a little advantage. I got a little advantage over you because I got in my household. I got an under 18, and then I got with a phone call. I got children who are under 18, 18 to 25. All I got to do is find a 25 to 35 yo.
I got them all. I got them all in the family, so I know exactly where to get them all. And I know one of them gonna have Boosie Badass all up on their list. I already know it. So yeah, let's rock out. Hey, we gonna see how this works.
All right, bet that. Well, I'll tell you what, man. Listen, cuz just for the game for the night, yo. And we didn't go deep into the game because the game that I had in mind was for our other topic.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say this much, and I want y'all to think about this as far as how much we let other people influence our culture. There's a saying, bro, that I love, and I heard it before, and it said, what would it be like if white people love black people as much as they love black culture?
Yeah, man.
And that right there kind of strikes me. When I look at this list of the Forbes top 50 rappers, I look at it and go, wow, this is a publication that does not cater to my community or my culture at all. However, we have held them up to as a standard for elitism and affluence that doesn't necessarily apply to us. So why are we okay with allowing them to even have the opportunity to make a top 50 rappers list? This is us. This is our world. This is it's our stuff.
Facts.
There's no way that they should be able to come in and have an opinion on what we got going on. So my advice to you, my game to you is, please be more selective with who you allow to have an opinion on your culture. And that's the game. Take it or leave it.
Take it or leave it, folks. Take it or leave it. That's good game, because I completely agree and understand where you're coming from. But like I said before, anytime they do something, I'm gonna react because I'm old now, and I'm gonna get off my lawn, old man. So with this list right here, get off my lawn. Get off, get off my lawn. So that's that. But yeah, we run a little long on y'all tonight. We do apologize, but this was something that touched us a little bit. It just touched us in a way that it shouldn't have happened. This list should not have been made, for one. So we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. We got our picks in for the weekend. So next week we'll get to go ahead and see how my mind really works and how great this is going to be to tell you once again that you need to start watching more sports, cousin.
You're right. And you know what? I'm going to. And I think I said this last season. I'm going to say it this season again. I'm going to endeavor to watch more sports and to get into it, like, for real. And we'll see how this thing go. But you know what, man? That's it for the night, man. We love y'all. Thank y'all for joining us for the night, man. Hopefully y'all in with us. We'll see y'all next time, man. Cuzzo, I love you, boy.
Love you too, man. Love y'all. Y'all be good. Peace.